it looks like, and if we don't like it,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, okay, we're
Okay.
easy. We're easy like what?
We're easy like
Easy like
Sunday
what?
morning. Is it Sunday morning?
Easy like Saturday
Okay. Okay.
morning. Yeah, cause she's easy. I'm gonna have to pay copyright if I keep doing this. Okay, let's do it that way, the way
That's
you said it.
hilarious. Okay. All right.
Not. Oh
So
my gosh. We're
I
having
I can
too
I
much
can start.
fun.
I know I got my coffee. Do you have your drink? That's another important thing of our okay.
I got my Kajabi mug, but it's not, I can't
Mm.
see it.
Can't see you, good job, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
like it. I like it.
If you got to build your business, you got to stay hydrated. That's how it works.
And my hydration is coffee.
Is it a liquid? Mm,
And it's made with water.
it's made with water. It's from the earth.
It's got water mixed.
Yes,
Okay, that's
mixed.
funny. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
girl. Good
So,
morning.
yeah, I was just about to say good morning, good
Good morning.
evening, good afternoon, depending on when these people are watching.
It don't matter. We're still gonna be here. We're
That's
still
right.
gonna
That's
be
right.
here.
We are excited that we're here. So first, I'm Erica.
And I am Michelle.
Yes, and we are excited to be. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Now, who are we?
Oh,
You're gonna
yes.
tell us. You're gonna tell the
I
people who we
think.
are.
Well, I was going to say they're watching this one because we are business builders on Kajabi, the platform Kajabi, and we have an exciting offer that's happening through our aligned partnership, which we'll get into a little bit more. But I will just say the offer first, right? Tell them what you're going to say, then tell them then whatever that phrase is. I can't even get it right, but you know what I'm saying, right?
I
So
know
we're
what
going to
you're
tell you it's the 50% off of the Kajabi platform for an entire year.
here.
A whole
Oh,
year. That's
yeah.
that's why you're listening to this. That's why you're here. But
It's
we want to
huge.
tell you a little bit about us and why we even think this offer is important to share. Right?
Yeah. And I
Eh,
mean,
Yeah.
the list is long in my brain of why it's important to share. That's why I'm
Yes.
struggling to like come words come out of my mouth. But why is it important to share? It's like
Mm-hmm.
if you've ever thought of building a
Yes.
business and you are busy, like we
Mm-hmm.
are, we
Mm-hmm.
don't do this full time.
No.
We are part-time and we work full time,
Mm-hmm.
and you need something that is going to help you get your vision, your dream, your creative energy out
Yes.
there and
Yes.
reap those benefits,
Yes.
then this is why we're on Kajabi, because we've been able to do
Absolutely.
that.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. So just repeating it because I want people to
I know how
capture
you
that
go.
that
Yeah.
we work full time
Yeah.
nine to fivers and other jobs, nine to five, and we build our businesses on this Kajabi platform part time.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it. So yes, if you
Yeah.
are like us and you're in that space or somewhere in between, really doesn't matter. But if you're liking what you hear so far, I think you
Mhm.
really enjoy what we have to talk about. So we want
Yeah.
to tell you a little bit about how we got to this place because it's been
We
a
did.
3-year journey so far.
And
We're starting
growing.
into
So
our right other year now for going
is
into
it
year 4. Is it going into year 4?
isn't it that 2022?
That's true. Why do we say 23? It
I
was
don't
it
know.
was December of 2022. You are so
Yes.
right. So,
Yes.
yeah, we're starting into we're approaching our 4th year. So, yeah, I've been doing
Hmm.
it for 3 years, but approaching that 4th year.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
kind of
remember.
crazy. Yeah,
And
December of
December
22.
is always a year like where things
Yeah.
happen. I find it's like
Yes.
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is really what this all is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay, perfect. So,
Yeah.
all right. So this is about, like we said, aligned is our partnership.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is just kind of talk a little bit about how we got together in Kajabi. So maybe we'll do
Yeah.
that first, right? Before we tell them a
Yeah.
little bit about. So we met in the Kajabi Challenge. So if you
Yes.
don't know anything about Kajabi, like what is Kajabi? It is a one-stop shop
Yeah.
platform
Yeah.
for building an online business, right?
100%.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they offer these opportunities like what we're sharing now, but also different opportunities. So in 2022, they had this challenge where, Michelle, I like how you talk about like
Yeah.
all these people coming together. So tell us about that challenge.
Well, I remember that you talking about how we found the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing it on Instagram. I saw
Okay.
this challenge, and I always have business ideas bubbling in my brain. And I saw it, and it said, and you corrected me because you have a much better memory for these things than I do. You really do.
I
But
try to
it was like a
remember.
3 month. like 3 months that
Yes.
you could start. And it's kind of like, it felt perfect, like new year, new
Hmm.
business, new vision, all the things. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to do this. I've always, and I gently heard about Kajabi, not a lot at that time, but I knew enough that I thought, okay, this is worth trying. I'm going to do it. Signed up and like kind of waited patiently by my computer till they sent the details to start. And then we'll talk about how we met afterwards, but
Yeah.
that's how I got onto the challenge
Yeah.
was I saw the emails or the thing posts on
Hmm.
social media.
Yes, so similarly, I remember this email coming, and of course, they're very good, right? Today, people are very good with targeting the right message, and so
Hmm.
because I just finished a book with some friends, it
Hmm.
was about being an author and being
Hmm.
able to share your stories on this platform. And I thought,
Hmm.
what? And then I started reading, and you could do a
Hmm.
podcast, you could do
Hmm.
community, you could do the book, and I was like, oh, they were speaking my language. So to your
Hmm.
point when the email came about this challenge and the
Hmm.
fact that it was going to be 3 months at that time, it's
Yeah.
like, what? That's a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
So we're we both are thinking 3 months is great. Now we're telling you about something for a year, right? So
Yeah.
this, if we were able
Yeah.
to do this in this 3 month challenge and continue, this one is going to be
Abs
great for you.
Absolutely. And for
Yeah.
me, I was because I had been looking at teach French and I was looking to find a way to
Yes.
teach courses and have a way to,
Yes.
I was already teaching it on other platforms. I
Right.
wanted a way that I could build out my own vision, my own way, and kind of do it
Yes.
in a way that was going to be, you know, my own thing. And that was,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's what it was appealing for me. So no matter which angle
Yes.
you come from, whether it's
Yes.
courses or
Mm-hmm.
coaching or whatever, you
Yes.
can
Yes.
find your way to build it out on Kajabi, which
Mhm.
we both have done and continue to do.
Absolutely.
Almost
Okay.
4 years later. Yeah.
I know, almost four
Yeah.
years later. Okay, so
Can't believe it.
now I
Yeah.
know. So before getting into what the businesses are, which is great, I'm so glad you talked about the fact that you were
Yeah.
teaching French online already, etc.
Yep.
Let's talk about how we met. So the challenge had us do,
My
go
favorite
ahead.
part. My, that's my favorite part. How did we meet?
Yes.
Well, I always like to start with the end.
Okay, go.
The end is that we have never met in person.
Oh my goodness, that's the craziest part of this. We still haven't met in person. We have
Yeah.
been meeting like
Yeah.
this whole time.
The whole time.
This whole time.
But it's been the richest friendship,
Yes.
the richest connection
Yes.
I've
Yes.
ever made
Yes.
because, like, again, why we call it aligned is because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
are so aligned. And how did
So,
we meet? The short version of
yeah.
the story, we can go on if you want us to go on and you want to know more,
Yeah.
but the short version of our story, is, or at least from my side,
Mm-hmm.
is that when I joined Kajabi, they had the challenge all laid out. I was waiting for the details. We got
Mm-hmm.
into it, and then they said, okay, now you need to choose an accountability partner. And by that time, I had these different ways that you could sort of engage with everybody. And
Mm-hmm.
so you kind of got a sense of like, who's in your time zone, like similar,
Yeah.
niches, but again, still not knowing everybody well enough, but I saw your profile and I thought, you know what? Like, I'm going to reach out to you and
Yeah.
see if this would be a fit. And
Yeah.
then you can take it from there.
Yes, absolutely. So I love that because they had us do video recordings, right? For
Yeah,
those
that's
who
right.
wanted to, or post a picture and write something.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. You could listen to different people, reach out, and regardless of whether you heard the person or not, whichever way it went, you could send a direct message, right? And
That's
say,
right.
hey, I think we
Yeah.
could connect. Would you be
Yeah.
interested? So that's what you did. You reached out and said, hey, would you be interested in meeting? I
Yeah.
think we could be good
Yeah.
accountability partners. And
Yeah.
so here's something that I think is interesting too, because my brain was thinking, oh, we have to have the same business and we have to be
Mm,
from the same exact thing, whatever. And who
mm,
knew, like you said, when we did
hmm.
meet, there was so much commonality, even though our businesses were, it was ridiculous. So that first meeting was just,
Hilarious.
it was hilarious, right? It was like, you did
Yeah.
what? You did what? And then it just kept going from there. So anyway, the point is we met, we thought, yeah, let's be accountability partners through this
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah. And like I said, that the alignment that we found out much later on, but there's so many
Yeah.
things that we had in common. We're complementary, both in
Yes.
both complementary with the I and complementary with an E, right?
Yes,
So both of those.
absolutely.
So
Hmm.
we complement each other in the sense
Hmm.
of like where our strengths are,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we are able to work to complementary with an E, and
Yeah.
complementary with an I is
Yeah.
that we work so well together, and I'm
Hmm.
cheering Erica on, she
Yes,
cheers me
same.
on, so
Yes.
it's yeah, it's been beautiful. It's been
Yeah,
amazing.
it's been really, really great.
Yeah.
It's been great. So yeah, so we did that for 3 years or
Yeah.
3 months for
Yeah.
that. But yes, now we're still doing it for, 3 years plus
Yeah.
now. But then when the challenge was over, so that was 3 months of learning the platform, understanding from
Mm,
especially those who are on the platform and doing a lot more than we were doing at that time. And even
yeah.
still, you've got all these experts doing big things. We were learning
Hmm.
from them. And then the challenge was going to come to an end, right?
Yes.
So
We
three
were
months was coming to an end. So then what happened, Michelle?
then we said, you know what? Like, do you want to continue to keep going? And
Mm-hmm.
I said, like, are you open to that? Because I think we had figured out a time of
Mm-hmm.
day that worked with us. And
Mm-hmm.
so we agreed that we would continue.
Yeah.
And so we have met every Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
um, every Saturday morning, and we're in different time
Yeah.
zones, different
Mm-hmm.
countries, different lives,
Yeah. Different lives. Yep. Yep.
the whole thing. But that's the one thing that's not aligned is our lives. But that doesn't matter.
That didn't
It
stop us.
didn't stop us because we have met consistently. And when I say
Mm-hmm.
consistently, like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much every Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
for about 3 to 4 hours. That's our choice because
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
we've created a structure that works well for us.
Yep.
But we've met consistently for since the challenge ended. So
Yeah.
almost 4 years later,
Almost
and
4 years later.
I've made so much progress when I think about how much like the tools that we've created together, the
Mm-hmm.
conversations, the laughter, the business
Yes.
building, the
Yes.
connection, like just
Mm-hmm.
like human connection, business connection,
Yeah. Yeah.
all spiritual connection, all of the connections
Yeah.
that we've had together
Yeah. Yeah.
doing building our business, I
Mm-hmm.
never would have imagined.
Mm-mm.
I would
No.
not have imagined that this would, and that's why it's been so rich for me. Like
Yes.
honestly,
Same here, same here. And one thing that I really appreciate about it is the fact that we are, even if we are in different spaces with the business,
yeah.
it has helped us move forward
Mm.
regardless. And I know you love this part because one thing Michelle would always say is that Kajabi levels the playing field,
Yes,
right? And so
yes,
you could not wait to that day when I finally,
yeah.
after the challenge, it took me a little bit to
That's
come and
okay.
join, right? But again, I knew that I was going to be on it eventually. But when that offer
Yeah,
came, right? And that's what I can tell the group, right? This
please.
offer is something that I personally did, right? The offer
Hmm.
came. Michelle's an early adopter. She moves fast. I am the
Mm,
slower one, right? But like she
it
said, we
doesn't
cheer each
matter.
other on. She's still
Yeah,
cheering me on. She's still sharing like what she's learning and telling me about it. So, so that I can just
yeah,
stay connected. But when
yeah,
that 50% offer came, she knew, like, I need to tell Erica this because I know she wants to be on this platform and she's still just trying to figure it out. This is a
yeah,
perfect opportunity for her to jump in. And that happened.
yeah. And let's be honest, like
Yeah.
once you joined, like I remember, well, there's lots of things I can say about this, but
Mm-hmm.
the first thing
Mm-hmm.
is you had your website on another platform. You
Yes.
had some limitations of how it was going to get you to the next stage. And then
Mm-hmm.
it was taking up a lot of your time. Like, because again,
Yeah.
we already established we work full time. Our
Yes.
window to, to build our business is small. You
Mm-hmm.
need something that can allow you to kind of move quickly. And
Mm-hmm.
so when the offer came up last year for 50%
Mm-hmm.
off, when I
Yeah,
shared
two
it with
years
you,
ago.
was it two? Oh yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's right,
Mm-hmm.
2 years. So when it
Mm-hmm.
came up and you joined and you built that website, boom, lickety split, and it looked like amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
look, I can't wait to see your fly. You had your
Yeah.
your first sale, and
Mm-hmm.
and it was smooth as silk because everything in the
It
back
was,
end is
yeah.
is easy. You don't have to like duct tape it together.
Right.
And knowing me, I would be something I would do. Like I would try to find all these pieces, but I don't have to think about that part. And
Mm-mm.
I'm technical, but I don't want to have to think about that. And we're
Right.
busy. We don't want to have to think about that. And that's what's
Mm-hmm.
made it amazing.
Yes, it's so, and when she says lickety split, she's not even exaggerating.
Lickety split.
It was like I had to make it just, the timing was this offer was happening. It was going to end at a certain time. I was having this same conversation with the site, not doing what I had thought I was going to be able to do at that time, made the decision, and it was literally overnight that
Yeah.
I just flipped everything over. And again, because we're thinking ahead, we're thinking about the business pieces, all the content was easy. Just drop,
Hmm. Hmm.
arrange, and boom. Now,
And
even after,
professional
yes,
and
oh my
professional
goodness.
looking,
Well,
like
definitely.
super
Yes.
professional looking.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you can do this if you're thinking about it. This, you can do it. right? That's the
Absolutely
main
can do
thing.
it. And we have
Yay!
resources to help people do it, and they
Yes.
can lean on us as well if they want.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like we got a lot of the what, right?
Yeah.
For terms of
Yeah.
this being the offer,
Yeah.
what it does, what we are doing with it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go a little into the who we are, right? We won't take a
Yeah.
lot of your time, but because we'll share links and you can go to our sites and kind of get to know us a little bit more. But we want to
Yeah.
share a little bit about who we are. So, Michelle, who are you? Let's
Who
say who
am
you,
I?
yeah, you said your name already, but then who are you for the business? Like, what are you doing for people with your business? How can you help
Well,
them?
how I help people, first of all, my name is Michelle, and I help women who are looking to go abroad to speak French. I speak French, I teach French. I want to help people who travel learn the language so they feel comfortable. But I teach so many different areas, but French is really my main area.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
So you'll see the link from Michelle,
yeah.
Immersive French,
French,
right?
yeah, that's
You want
right.
to tell your site?
Yeah,
Yeah,
immersivefrench.com is my
yeah,
site, and
yes.
still building out. The great part about Kajabi, I'm still building out all these other elements that are
Hmm.
supporting my French business, whether it's courses or live coaching.
Yeah,
What else do I have? I have a podcast. All of it is
yes.
on
All
Kajabi. So
of
I've
it.
been able to build out as the ideas have come to
Yeah,
my mind and I'm like
yeah,
full of them. I go, oh, I can do my podcast. Okay, my podcast is on Kajabi.
yes,
My coaching is on Kajabi. My live course, it's
yes.
all there, and I'm
Newsletter.
newsletter,
Hmm.
email list, everything,
Yes.
and I'm just building it out slowly, and they all interconnect with each other. But
Hmm.
there's no time limit for me to do this. It's
All
just sort of I just
right.
continue to iterate as I can. So
Yes, I
that's what
love
that's what
that.
I do. Yeah.
I
And so
love it.
Erica, what do you do? I know what you do. You're a big
Yeah.
cheerleader and encouraging
I
lady.
am, yes. And in that same vein, I am
Yeah.
here to encourage women who are on their boy mom journey. If you are a mom and you have a son, I want to encourage you. So I am here to nourish your faith, strengthen your faith, nourish your soul, right, on
Yeah.
your boy mom journey. So I do that with a few tools. I'm a certified
Yeah.
Enneagram coach. So
Mhm.
that means if you've ever taken a personality test of any sort, or
She's the
have
best.
yeah, or you've been told about anything about the way you do things, your preferences, your
Yeah.
perspectives, those kinds of things. I do that in my professional life, 9 to 5. Been doing that for over 15 years now, probably over
Yeah.
15 years now. So
Yeah.
I'm moving that into this space, more specifically for moms who want to get to know themselves, but also understand how
Yeah.
that impacts the way you connect, encourage, and just help your son, especially in this world we're living in today, which is a bit shaky, right? And
Bit
so
shaky.
we want to help them through that. So yes, you can visit me at ericaloins.com.
And she's got so many great resources that she's building. And I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see you build them out on Kajabi because,
Yes.
like your videos, your Enneagram
Mm-hmm.
trainings, I've learned a lot
Mm-hmm.
about myself through you, about my type, which I didn't even know
Mm-hmm.
until you coached me through it. And I've learned a lot. So it's been, yeah, yeah. Can I say
Thank you.
gold star, gold star, gold star.
Yes, and I'll say the same
Yeah.
about you. So if you want to learn French, people, let me tell you. This woman knows Paris. So she's not even just talking about like, oh, it's kind of this theorizing, theoretical thing. She's been there. She speaks the language. Go to her site, listen to her videos. I mean, wow. Okay. So
Oh,
she is serious about it and she's building community. Right? That's one of the products.
yes, I forgot
Building
about that.
community. Yes. Hello. All of the community. And we talked about that, meaning that this is community. We built
Yeah.
community, with two different types of businesses,
Yep.
but even our communities that have either driven us to the business or helps us to build out the businesses. So,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah. And actually, one of the really cool things about Kajabi, speaking of community,
yeah,
is that initially, I think when they first brought out that product, which is one of the good
hmm,
things that they really do listen to the people that are building their businesses on the
yeah,
platform. So I remember when that first came out and
yeah,
there was an extra fee for it. And then I guess people started using it. I can't remember if I had to choose like
yeah,
out of all the options. I said, I think I'll just
hmm,
focus on doing this A option
hmm.
and I didn't build out the community. But others that are far more, they're doing much more on the platform. I'm just getting started.
Right.
So they said, you know what, we want more community. We want that included. And guess
Hmm.
what? Even though I'm like on the bottom, when I say bottom, like we're all doing our thing, but I'm
Yeah,
just getting started.
yeah.
Community was now included as part of your regular fee. So you
Yeah.
don't pay extra for things that sometimes other creators
Mm-hmm.
want. You get the
Mm-hmm.
benefit
Mm-hmm.
as a smaller creator, you get to benefit, and that's helped my
Yes.
business to grow because now I have a community element that it's not an extra fee for
Yes.
me. So I love
Yes.
that
Oh,
part.
and that's so exciting because you jumped on that for real. Like I
Yeah.
told
Oh
you,
yeah.
she's an early adopter. Like so she was
So
already looking at it, right? Like when she said these options were there, even though that option might have not been something she chose, she was already again ideating, having the idea as
yeah.
soon as it was
Yeah.
available, boom, it's something
Yeah.
that was able. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. Your platform that on Kajabi, even if you don't see it now,
Yeah.
don't let that stop you because we guarantee there's a way that you can build it or do what you want to do. Even
Yes.
we can talk about me and physical products, right? There's
Yes,
two
please.
ways, right? So I
Yeah.
have written a book with some friends, and even though Kajabi is an online platform for digital products, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I still have a way that I can sell my physical projects through products, sorry, the
Mm-hmm.
book. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I do it is different than the way someone else does it. But if
Yeah.
you already have a Shopify account or you already have a
Mm-hmm.
page where you sell products, Kajabi integrates with different systems. So,
Mm-hmm.
or you can customize certain buttons and things to still link out. So if you already have a business and you're like,
Yeah.
I already have it, sounds good,
Yeah.
you can integrate, there are
Yeah.
ways to connect. So don't let that stop you, at least for, again,
Just to get
investigate and
started.
try it. It's,
For
50% off for a year.
Why, you never know. I honestly, when I think about what we built in 3 months, what someone could build out with a year, and honestly, there are 5 new products that Kajabi has right now, and they continue to iterate and continue to add new things.
Yes.
So we'll share those in our link. But
Hmm.
the products that they have now, I mean, just the one co-founder alone, which is AI, AI did not exist when we started 3, 4 years ago. That's hard to believe because the
Hmm.
world is moving so quickly, but it did
Yeah.
not really exist.
In the
And the
way that it does now,
in the
right?
way that it does now,
Yes.
and the fact
Mm-mm.
that you can just boom, like you can just get started and then all the other stuff is already built in for you. I mean, it's a no-brainer
Hmm.
to me.
Hmm.
It's absolutely no-brainer.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. Okay, so we got the who, we did the what, we talked about the when,
Yeah.
we talked about, I guess we kind of talked about the where, right?
Yeah.
The platform, and then the why. Did we hit
The
the whys
why.
enough?
I don't know if we hit the whys. I think there's always
Okay,
so many whys.
there are a
Like
lot of whys.
why?
You even opened and said, I got a long list of whys.
I
So
have a long
can't
list.
tell it all now, but what do you want to tell them about why they want to do it now?
Why? You know what? My first answer to
Yeah,
always to that question is why
yeah.
not?
Mm,
And I know that sounds really basic, but the other
mm,
part is like to me, when I think about why I just wanted to start my business, I
mm-hmm.
wanted to have there's so many different reasons, but one is to have a legacy. I know it takes
Oh,
time to
yeah,
build. I
yeah.
know that it takes time to get these things going. And I'm only now feeling like I'm hitting my stride
Mm-hmm.
because but I built that time early when I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't start, I can't finish. And so I
Ooh, that's
started,
good.
and so
Mm-hmm.
now I can finish because now I know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing a
I
little
love
bit more
that.
than I did 3 years ago. So why
Yeah.
not now? Like if you don't know, that's okay. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we're all trying to do what we're doing. And like I
Yeah.
said, we work full time. So this is just little incremental times. And I still teach on
Yeah.
top of all of this. So I'm building my business in the cracks of my life.
That's a good
But
way to say
it really is like,
it.
and we all have that, right? So
Yeah.
why not now to
Mm-hmm.
learn and and get started? That's what I would say.
Yes.
At 50% off, why not?
Exactly. And I think that's a very good reason to do it. And I like what you said. If you don't know, it's okay. And that's where I was. I did
Mm-hmm.
not know. I mean, I remember in the challenge, I was, if I compare what I thought my business was going to be in the challenge compared to
Mm-hmm.
what it is now, but if you compare it to what was going on in those three
Yeah.
years, I mean, Michelle
But
was
you
with me on that
the
whole
whole
ride,
way, yeah. But you had
right?
so
No,
many
yeah.
iterations. We had so many iterations, but look where you are
Yes.
now, right?
Exactly, exactly. And that's what I think is exciting for whoever's listening who may be in that space.
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of what I do in life, right? I didn't want to go to grad school right away because I'm like, I don't know exactly what it is, right?
Yeah.
But when I found out, I went and got it. So in this case, you don't have to really wait
Yeah.
for the exact thing. If you have
Mm-mm.
any inkling, any idea, because to be honest, I'm not far away from what I thought I would want to do.
No.
It was just the niche, right?
Yep.
The specifics that I was working on. But I always knew the kind of the why I wanted to do it and
Yeah.
what that meant. But it's okay
Yeah.
to work that out. You got a whole year. Got a
You
whole
have a
year.
whole year
Yeah.
and
So
more.
and more. And so even if you decide to change that, that's also what's cool about
Yeah.
Kajabi. They've got so many products, as we said, that you
Mhm.
have the opportunity to try these things out
Mhm.
in this year. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
don't let that stop you. Go ahead, Michelle.
no, I was going to say the one last thing I was going to say is that the
Yeah.
co-founder, I tried using that the other
Oh
day.
yeah.
And once you start using it with your business, so it
Mm-hmm.
actually can pull in the information as you're
Mm,
getting started. So even from different points of view that we have, if you're
yes.
just getting started and you don't know how to do something, you can ask it and then work through the ideas and it will help you build. In my
Yeah.
case, it had some of the information, the data, the sales I've made to date, and it was giving me context and it was allowing me to know what the next step is. So
Ooh, that's
just
so
that
good.
little feature alone that you don't have to cobble things together.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's a time saver that full-time creators have, but people
Yeah.
that are trying to build part-time need. We really need the help
Yes.
to move forward. We don't want to get stuck. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to use it even more than I have before, but when I did
Yeah.
it the other day, it was pulling all my stuff in. I'm like, oh, I got so excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is great. If you are an analytical person or enjoy it, because
Yes.
Michelle's both, right? You're analytical and very
Yeah.
creative, both, both.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's rare to see both, but I know those others are out there, right? If
Yeah.
you like to see the numbers and you like to just see how you're doing, that's another thing.
Motivating.
Right, you invest in this during this time, but you also get to see what that means for you. So,
Yeah.
it's not this blind, situation that you're in, you actually get to see what's
Yeah.
happening. It's not like you can't have a visual or visibility. That's the word I was looking. You have
That's right.
visibility into what you're doing. So that's really good. So yeah, whether you're creative, whether you're analytical, or you're both,
Whether you just want to
you're good.
start, just start. I would say just
Yes.
start, take advantage of the 50% off. It doesn't come
Mm-hmm.
around. It
Mm-hmm.
hasn't come around in 2 years, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
They may
been a
not do it
while.
again.
It's been a
And the
while.
challenge hasn't been back since we did it,
No,
and we
so
never
this
would
is
have
the
met.
time. Exactly. So this is the time. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the who, what, when,
Where,
where, why, and how? The
how?
how. So
There's
how
lots
are
of
the
how.
did we do the how? We said we're gonna put the links in here for
Yep.
them, right? To see. So you'll be able to visit my page, you'll be able to visit Michelle's page, and
Yeah.
whomever you're interested in, go to it. You'll find the what you can do in
Yes.
order to get the
Yeah.
offer. So we're excited to meet you. And then also we are also sharing
Yes. I
something.
was gonna.
So if you, yeah, go ahead. So if you decide to go with whoever, whichever one of us you decide to
Yeah.
link and follow, you'll get the same thing. It doesn't matter who. Go.
Yeah. And I was gonna say the how of how we've been able to maintain. Is that what you're
Oh,
gonna go talk
you
about?
know what? No, but let's do that maybe before we share the what we'll share. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the how of how did we get to this point of 3, 4 years of continuous
Yes.
motivation, continuous
That's important.
communication, knowing that we have limited time, we are sharing
Yes.
our template of how
Yes.
we did it. And
Yes.
honestly, that was something that we developed over time. And again, if
Mm-hmm.
you don't start, you can never finish. And so
True.
we started. We learned what we needed to do. We were having so much fun in our beginning calls and learning so much about each other, but we also
Yeah.
needed to move our business forward. So we found a way to do that and not only like give ourselves the individual motivation that we needed to see
Mm-hmm.
our own work, but also to
Mm-hmm.
motivate each other. And
Yeah.
then on top of that, like keep it kind of as a record of everything
Yeah.
that we've done. And we're
Absolutely.
sharing that template with you when you
Absolutely.
join with either of us.
Yes, that's good. I'm so glad. Yeah, that tied in very perfectly, right?
Yeah,
What we're giving you
yeah,
for free, right? And we just
for
encourage you
free.
to do this. But this is how we have done it.
Yeah,
Now, I think it works if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't have an accountability partner, right? I'm going to be doing this on my own.
that's
It still
okay.
works. It still
It
works,
still
right?
works.
Because honestly, that was one of the light bulbs. One of our first alignments is we realized we've both been doing this on our own and desiring this
Yeah,
and building things like very similarly on
yeah,
our own for years before we
yeah,
ever came together on this challenge and met each other.
yeah,
So regardless of whether you're building this on your own, and at least from what we see, most creators are doing this on this own. We just happen to
yeah.
be doing this as
together.
partners. Yeah, so whichever
Yeah.
way is great.
And I know that no matter what, if you need help coaching, we're
Yes,
here for you to help support.
absolutely.
So we
Yes.
both do it. Teaching and coaching is what we
Hmm.
do. That's who
Yes.
we are. And if you need support, we're here to support.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
those are the two things, our
Yeah.
template and
Hmm.
then a call. We are excited to help you with that as well.
Yes. So
Yay.
Erica, we should like let the people go start their businesses, don't you think?
I think so.
We should let them go click the link and we should let them
Yes.
get their business started.
Yes.
And if they want more information, just come and reach out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And we want to hear from them. So let us
absolutely.
know who you are, what you're building. We're excited.
Yes. Thank you so much for taking the time, and we'll see you in Kajabi. Bye.